Hello and welcome to the Women Wise podcast. I am Janine Lingenfelder.
And I'm Sarah Habibi, and we are so excited to have you here with us today.
This is your space to feel inspired, uplifted, and deeply connected. Whether you're building a business, finding your voice, or stepping into your next chapter, you belong here.
And a big shout out to our incredible sponsor, Arman Jamula, founder of It's Her Way, UAE's #1 female entrepreneurship hub. It's Her Way has become a thriving platform that supports women in all stages of their business journeys. From providing a marketplace to marketing support and funding resources, they're here to offer the tools and opportunities necessary for success.
And your vision and commitment to women in business is life-changing, and we're so proud to be part of It's Her Way community.
And we're also recording in the beautiful Procast studio at El Garhoud, Dubai. If you're ever looking for a space that feels professional and powerful, this is it.
Every episode is about sharing stories, lessons, and real conversations that remind us we're not alone, we're in this together. So get comfy, stay open, and let's dive in, because when women rise together, there's no limit to what's possible. Another exciting episode today. Thank you so much, Taqua Malik, for being here. Welcome to the Women Wise podcast.
Thank you. Thank you so much. The pleasure is all mine to be here. So thrilled. Wow. Feels great.
Yeah, we've been meaning to talk to you for some time.
Yeah.
And so, Taqua, tell us about your journey. Who are you? How did you get here and what are you doing?
The journey, the story, all began with a very unplanned path that I found myself that I have to go through that. Something I didn't choose. It wasn't at all my selection. It wasn't even an option. So I'll go right back to the early beginnings. Originally from the northern part of Khartoum in Sudan, but just like an entire generation, we didn't really live there. So since birth and over 20 years, I was there in Riyadh in Saudi. We've seen the amazing transformation happening. It's been a life. The friendships, our classmates, people who are now family, even if they are not family. I studied medical laboratory sciences, a major that I chose with absolute love and passion, and I graduated with distinction. But the career life said no. Never worked for a single day in a hospital, though I tried. But it never happened. It wasn't meant for me. Understandably, I was quite upset about it because I always love the fact of being a part of something that leads to a positive change, leads to a positive impact, and could make people feel that there is actually a transformation that is happening from the negative to the positive. I've always wanted to be like that. And the medical field was a place where I really saw myself. I wanted to be a part of that experience, that very human journey. 2009, I arrived here to Dubai, a beginning of a new life, new chapter. I got a call from a law firm. Hey, is it Taqwa? Yes, how can I help? We have a lady who's had to go on a critical maternity leave, and we need someone to replace her in 48 hours. Are you ready to join us by Thursday? And that was a Tuesday. I said, yes, I am. And you say, yes, I am. Well, you're absolutely anything but ready. But
that's normally the case.
In a
I know,
law
I was
firm.
like, wow, you're ready?
What?
How would a law firm operate? What would I need to do? I come from a very scientific background. This is absolutely not for me. But it's something that would help me begin a life. And there we are. I started. found myself being part of a project that is now creating such a great experience for the legal industry. At the time, it was just gathering, translating, and proofreading and checking all the GCC laws. It was something very much in the beginning. I was part of that. It got me the very first exposure to dealing with different settings, different legal systems, different implications, different outcomes, though everything falls within the same region. Things continued, and that fixed-term contract extended to put me in the legal sector for over a decade. I had the pleasure of running the knowledge management function, something that deals with everything that is about ensuring the legal knowledge and databases and systems is always up to date for over 10 countries at once. Wow. As challenging as it seems, but it gave me the opportunity to learn skills I would never acquire on my own if I just chose my own path. And here I began to link things back. This relates to what I learned. This relates to what I do. Being punctual, on time, dealing with systems. Everything must be in the right place, nothing to fall through the cracks. And here it was the real test for me to be able to manage everything for everyone across different cultures, perspectives, understandings, and personalities. So if someone would ask for anything that relates to a law that may or may not apply on a case that would take a person to jail in one country, might be seen as a very, let's say, not as important in another country because there are more options, more ways to deal with that. It's just seeing everything from different perspectives. And here I got to know that it's not just the law. It's not just the system that is running everything. It's the people behind the system. And within the legal industry, I always call it the ER, the emergency room. Everything is now, like yesterday, if you can.
Yes.
Consequences are sometimes unbearable. Nothing could go wrong. You deal with people who are into their maximum point of tolerating any sort of stress or pain or any hurdle, burden that is very negative when you look into its effect. And the person who's there in front of you might have their life on the stake of information that you have. You may be able to reclaim everything back, or you might not to, or it's going to take you time, or you might not see your family soon. And there are laws that are getting this into the context of which applicable and which is not. But the human side of it plays a very, very big role. Let's moving forward. And after COVID hit, everything went, of course, into a massive restructure across all industries, everywhere. Everyone was affected, myself included. It was the time for me, after not being really seeing it as the way to continue, because unreliable, uncertain, I don't know when the next thing is gonna happen, to gather everything that I learned over those years and put it into something that would serve a bigger purpose. All this, and this is something I take the pride and honor that I am able now to be open about it, share it authentically, that everything that is happening now has been built on a stack of failures, challenges, difficulties, dark times, and everything that comes with that. The moment where you really It's you against you, rock bottom, no income, no job, no one to support, no nothing. It's you against you. What am I going to do? How am I going to survive this? There is a family that I'm taking care of. There has to be a way. You look left, right, down. It's all blocked. The only way to look is up. There is you, the hope, the way out, and there is God. So take all that and think that there is a reason I'm still alive, still breathing. I have something in my mind that I want it to be as beneficial, as impactful, as helpful as I can, but it's still kind not mature yet. It's not in. It passed the inception stage, but not ready for the birth to be born. That's where the real struggle happened. What is it? So whoever there who has been with me, it all began with something I used to do as a side hustle. I liked it, and it built a name and a brand, everything that related to the world of e-commerce, and still have my interest on that. Maybe because I jumped in too early. And I did things that people would think that, she's out of her mind. We're here. Why would she get something from the US? What if it didn't arrive and all of that? And eventually I got to run it like a proper business because there are some success stories, but it didn't fulfill where I want to go. It's very much of a transactional sort of thing. And I want everything that would translate what I've been through. Looking back, seeing myself as an extreme introvert, someone who would never had the courage to sit here, to talk in front of this, and to look people in the eye when I have that conversation, to where I am right now. It just shows that there is nothing that is called impossible. As we read it, it's I am possible if you look at it from the right angle. The cultural intelligence and advisory, the thing that I'm doing right now, and I really love it big time, not just because it's, let's say, the thing that is now very much of a need. It used to be a sort of a want or a accessory or something like an add-on, but it's actually now a need. And we will get to that in a second. But why I really like it, because it's me. It's talking about me. A person who comes from a place, had a life in a different place, been through a tough phase, coming now to a new place in a city that has 200 nationalities living in peace and harmony. There is a reason, there is a connector to all these dots. What is it? The ability to understand people from a human, a relational standing point, not just business and transactional. We both met few times. We did meet once or twice. I think without that, we wouldn't get to the point that we actually feel comfortable to talk today in this podcast. So there is always that background. And with the origins coming from the Middle East and the flow of businesses, families, companies, entrepreneurs from all parts of the world coming now to this land of opportunities, there is always that question that appears at the very early beginning of the thought of the journey to relocate or even expand. How to go about local culture, how to deal with people. What if I did this wrong? What are the consequences? What are the things that, like the do's, the don'ts, those questions that may appear, some people say that these questions are actually very naive. Well, there is no question that is naive. No question is too big and no question is too small.
And I think it's naive to think those questions are naive.
100%. I was thinking
yeah.
the same
I
thing.
think so many people don't consider actually the culture.
Yeah.
And I think that's a double-edged sword. I think it's a result of the amazing job that Dubai has done to attract people.
Yes.
But I do think it's missing. I think in terms of when people arrive, I think that information, whether you're a tourist or whether you're coming here to live and work, I do feel that it's essential. So tell us then, what does your company, what do you do?
Now, business talk. Me and my third child, I'm a mother of two, my FreedomVisor, I like to call it the boutique cultural consulting or cultural intelligence, or I think that's a good tagline. I'll save that. Business that guides, helps, and protects businesses wanting to expand or have a presence here in the Middle East from those expensive mistakes that may happen due to the lack of cultural awareness. The Middle East is a region that is very, very rich and has a lot to offer, and it's evident. It's very active, it's very eventful, so much is going on, and as much as welcoming as it is, at the very same time, they really hold so strong to the local culture. Mm-hmm. We take example now of the UAE. We are here in Dubai, and 2025 has been declared to be the year of community. It is the year of those gatherings, and coming together is now formalized, it's official. So it's that. The initiative just been launched, I saw it in Abu Dhabi, Barakatna, to recognize senior people, the elders, the barakah, which is the blessing. Our older members of our families are our blessings. Regardless how old we are, regardless how important or how senior we are in our positions and our lives, there is always that reference. Our parents, grandparents, people who are there to guide and advise and just look after everything, the blessings of each and every family here in the Middle East, they deserve that recognition, and that's something now being declared an initiative. And when you look at that, you just think it's that important. It's big. That's real.
Yeah.
The law itself, it says there are provisions. If you go wrong about the culture, there are legal consequences. And now we're talking about Dubai being a very cosmopolitan place. So you see all sorts of people dealing in different ways, but under the umbrella of law. But if you just stepped out few miles out, zoomed out a bit, sorry. Abu Dhabi, Sharjah, neighbor countries, Saudi, Qatar, Kuwait, Oman, Yemen, Iraq, Jordan. The Middle Eastern and the Arabic culture and business is very established. It's very established. And when a business owner comes, absolutely, I don't think they will think that it's wise to exclude out a certain set of people because they don't match with the background and understanding the business has. You don't exclude clients or customers while you're being a guest in their region. You're being at someone's home. They've given you the space, the safety, all the opportunities that you're making benefit out of from, and for your business to grow and for you and your family to have a good life. That must be reciprocated by you adjusting and fine-tuning your business and refining your offerings to serve those local people. I'll share a story.
I was literally going to say, can you give us an example? Because I'm really curious to know how this plays out in real life.
Exactly, how it comes into action.
She doesn't need us.
I know, absolutely. It's a conversation. I've been doing most of the talking here. But yeah, thank you. A business that is coming from the West, and I'm not going to specify the country.
Of course.
It operates within medical services. They've asked to have FreedomVisor support, helping them entering the region to serve the English-speaking community at the first stage, first phase, let's say the first year or two. And then they will expand their offerings to cover for everyone. And the question I received, how do you see this as a plan for us to enter the market, given that we're actually not right now considering having Arabic-speaking staff or Arabic-speaking professionals. We just want to serve the English-speaking majority, and they are a majority, so we're interested to go this way. It's a great opportunity with a very respected name in the industry. And my answer was, I don't think this is the right way to go. Not because I am classified by the looks to be from the non-English speaking majority, but if you are coming to someone's place, and here we're talking business-wise, within a business setting, if you are coming to operate into a different country that has its own rules, for sure you will be abiding by those. But it's not just that. There are other things that are linked to it. Okay, Taqwa, explain. And I made sure that the entrance and expansion strategy had a very comprehensive introduction into why I do not recommend and I discourage this as a strategy to enter. Because in short, it's one shot.
I was about to say, you're missing so much.
Yes, it's one shot. When brands face a catastrophe or a crisis, it takes them very long to repair and fix, especially in the Middle East. We know that it's an area, as beautiful and promising it is, relations supersede transactions. The emotional part here plays a big role.
Big.
You don't want to miss on that. Plus, it's not just culture. It's culture and religion. They go hand in hand.
Agree.
When things go wrong, they go extreme because you're not just against the culture, that business. It might, without even knowing it, go against some religious principles. That's not something to play with. And that was the genuine advice I've delivered and I've given. The feedback I received, and I was prepared for the no. But the feedback that this is actually a genuine advice and we would go this way because we want to be inclusive. It's not just the language. It's the entire conversation. It's the composition. And it just translates into everything that we see and we deal with in our daily lives. Here in Dubai, being an Arabic speaker, I always pay close attention to those adverts and big billboards and translation on the packaging of a product or anything like that. And the very sad thing that it's not just the wording, but the word might have multiple meanings And with the pronouns, you will be addressing an entire different personality. And if it's a comma or a full stop in a wrong place, the entire meaning would change. And you just look at that.
You have an example, don't you?
Yeah, that one was, it was, how can I forget about that? Few years back, it happened in Sharjah. And whoever lived in Sharjah knows that that road that links Sharjah and Dubai is a very busy one. Ittihad Road, one of the busiest ever. So everything advertised over there, it got hundreds of thousands of people to see it. An apparel brand coming from the West. They are advertising their arrival. Everyone is so excited because their stuff is really good. They chose the location that is absolutely unmissable. If you're going through that road, you will see it no matter what. So you can imagine the investment that went with that.
Yes.
In an attempt to distinguish themselves and make it even louder that we are coming, they separated the name of the brand into 2 syllables. And that led to the second one being an ultra offensive word.
Oh, wow.
Without them realizing it. In an Arabic dominated part of the country.
Sure.
Few days later, the billboard was taken down and all the investment was gone.
Wow.
Lost. Just because no one thought, like, let's just give it a second thought, a quick look, just someone just to
Someone
check
to
if
double
this,
check. Yes,
from
yes.
the audience who's going to read this, just like fact check. Are we okay? Do we look good? It didn't happen, obviously. And the loss was massive. Brand name was affected. People still remember it till now. It's been years. The location and the budget that went into that.
Amazing.
One word. It's crazy what one word can do.
One word could do. And I know that this applies to so many other languages, but the Middle East is big.
Yeah.
Middle East
Plus
is big.
also, there's so
Yeah.
many different dialects.
Exactly.
You know, you need someone who has that breadth and depth of knowledge, not
Yeah.
just in one dialect. It might not have that implication that way, but in others. We could sit here and talk to you all day. I think, you know, your journey has been fascinating in and of itself.
Thank you.
Where can people find you? Like, who would be your ideal client, and how do they source your services?
Thank you. I'm active most of the time on LinkedIn. It's my favorite social platform to connect and talk to people by the same name, Taqua Malik. And it's never limited to those like big established businesses that want to come and have global teams. It's for everyone who wants to learn. Knowledge is to be shared. And then we could continue the conversation after that. I try as much as I can to make it educative in a very simple way. Nothing to be complicated, but at least you have the understanding of everything that is foundational.
And accurate.
And accurate. To go
indeed.
the right way
Yeah.
about it. Yeah, it's exactly that. And then it gets into more of a defined offering, like group coaching or an induction program or one-on-one as per the requirement, as how it could be tailored, custom tailored, because even industries won't have the same way of dealing with this, different dialects, different wordings, different meanings. It's rich.
Very rich indeed. Now, Taqua, your journey sounds absolutely amazing, from dark corners, loneliness, etc. What advice would you give someone who's probably sitting in the same boat and just don't know to look up? What advice would you give them?
You asked. What a question. The harder it gets, the dark times that some of us might be currently going through, these are not the end. These are not the end. and show up positively with a smile every day, grab every opportunity, and something will click. Like, even when you are at your lowest, everyone has their own challenges, whether it shows or not. But the way you carry yourself, you know your purpose. You want to have a great impact wherever you go, and you want to be remembered for good reasons. This is what would lead you to be mentioned, referenced, would direct opportunities your way because you kept on showing up. It's rough. It's hard. It's not easy at all, but it will pay off when the right time comes. It's never the end. It's just a matter of shifting the perspective, like, this is interim. This is preparing me for something that is bigger and better, and it's going to happen. A word I just want to share for both of you, because having that warm conversations we had the few times we met, I'm a strong and a firm believer of everything that is transformational. Janin, you support businesses, mainly founders, with something that is seen as a dreadful act that is sales. And I say this because I feel the pain of it. It's against my way of serving. And you said it's silliness serving. But it's just the transformation from shifting this from an act to an art. It's serving. It's not chasing. It's not pushing. There's nothing aggressive about it. It's attracting.
Nice.
And
Thank you.
you help us get it there. So thank you. That's much needed. Whether we like it or not, cash flow is the bloodline of a business. Always. There is the bad way of getting it, and there is the good way that will help you grow and thrive. So thank you. Sarah, what you do is very close to my heart, because you pick people at a moment where they feel it's not going to work out. It's not going to happen. Why am I even here? I'm not willing to continue living in struggle and pain, and I cannot see the light at the end of the tunnel. You bring back that light, and you do it beautifully. You do it organically. That transformation, it's not just for the person who gets the pleasure to work with you, but to their entire surrounding, because it just shines that positive energy around everyone and everything. I'm proud to know you, and I'm proud to know you, Janin. Thank you, ladies. It's been an absolute pleasure and honor.
Well, I think the honor and pleasure has definitely been from this end of the
Absolutely.
podcast on the couch.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Taqua, that was incredible, and we definitely need to get you back again. 100%. This conversation's not over.
I'll come back with more stories.
There's more coming, absolutely. But thank you so much for being here. It is really awesome to have you on the Woman Wise podcast. Thanks again for joining us.
The pleasure is all mine. Thank you.